I probably should have knocked him out in round 10. He's looking for that one punch in 36 minutes. And to do that against a fighter like me is absolute disaster.
Tyson, in the first fight, at the end of the 8th round, Shelley Finkel goes to Deontay Wilder's corner and he gives him a serious talking to. Then he comes out in the 9th round and has his best round. The man wasn't happy going into the 9th round.
It's a good. I hope he doesn't come out and give him the same stern talking to early on in this fight then. Let's hope he doesn't.
Can you remember, I know it's all a haze and it was a while ago, but can you remember actually getting up specifically at the start of the 9th round when he didn't look very happy in the 8th? Can you remember that?
I don't really remember it, no, to be fair. I don't remember much from the 9th round.
So you have to watch it to remind yourself?
Not really. I vaguely remember how the fight went. It was practically me boxing and dancing round and him trying to look for the big right hand and missing, and he was getting more comfortable with missing. He'd throw more shots, I'd just swing out of the way at them. I looked so comfortable just getting out of the way. And I almost took it for granted where he couldn't hit me. It took him to get to round 9 before he landed a meaningful shot on me.
Half decent shot, yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually a shot right there.
Right above me it was.
Right behind the ear it was.
Yeah.
Back of the head, just there. And back of the head shots, for one, are illegal, and for two, scramble your brain. So yeah, ended up waking up on the floor, which was handy.
You talked there about making him miss and being in control, but looking back on it, if there's any criticism of you in that fight, it's that you weren't more forceful. Was that, yeah. When did you think I could have been more forceful? Or were you thinking it during the fight?
No, I look back in the video on, I probably should have knocked him out in round 10. After round 9, he exploited a lot of energy trying to get me out of there and he was unsuccessful. Around 10, I come out and was landing some good shots and him turned the screw in round 10, but I should have put my foot flat to the floor and threw everything at him.
So why didn't you? Because you knew there was 2 left?
Well, I always had that in my mind that there's 2 more left, and I just didn't know if I had the engine to do it after all the time out the ring and only 6 months back. Don't forget, I started back fighting again June of that year and fought him on the 1st of December that year, so it was less than 6 months of activity. So I just didn't know how much I had in the tank. Never done a 12 rounder before at that level for 3 years, over 3 years. And yeah, I didn't know what to expect. So I got to be boxing and I thought it's quite easy anyway. I was outboxing him 10, 11 and then 12 come out. Wanted to put on a bit of a show and ended up getting clipped in round 12 as well.
Clipped is an understatement. It's nice that you call it clipped. I mean, people still marvel at that, the resurrection round. So you know now that there is enough in the tank. Or,
yeah.
I'm assuming you know now there's enough
yeah.
in the tank. You're a different man now than that man that got in the ring that day.
Well, I don't need to go into it, but the thing is how can a human body be after getting down from 27 stone to 18 stone in a few months and then fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world? Let's not forget, 6 months before the Wilder fight, I was fat as a pig, looking like I was never going to ever box again. No one ever thought I'd return. And then all of a sudden, a few months later, I'm back in the ring fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world against arguably one of the fiercest punchers in the history of boxing. So how good could I have been on the night? I believed I was going to win, and the belief, mind and your belief, it can outdo anybody, any physical advantage over anybody, as I've proved time and time again. So this time, I'm coming, this is my 6th training camp back to back. I've been back over 2 years. And I'm match fit, just come off a 12-round fight in September. I went straight back into camp in Florida for the wrestling. And then Halloween I was over it, I had November off, just training, ticking over every day in the gym, because I'm a gym junkie. And then December I was over here. I came here on the 15th of December.
Was there any point in, I mean, I hate to live back in that fight, but I want to talk about that fight because I've been watching it again. I've spent a lot of time watching it. In the build-up to that fight, was there any doubts ever in your mind that you'd taken it too early? I mean, I think we all acknowledge you took it too early, even though you nearly won it. But were there any doubts in the week leading into the fight, or maybe on the day?
No, I never doubt myself, ever.
But you're also realistic. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
I know, but in that ring, nothing's impossible for me. That's how I believe and feel. If I'm going to get in that ring, something's going to change. I had a terrible training camp for the fight. The sparring was terrible. I wasn't good in sparring. Was up in Big Bear, couldn't breathe at all. Came down to Hollywood, moved camp. It was just a dreadful camp. And even that didn't alter me. I went in there super confident and did what I had to do.
Are you dependent on having a good camp in your mind going in, or can you have bad 2 weeks of sparring? It could just happen to anybody.
I've had plenty of bad camps, and I still go in there anyway. So the camp don't really mean anything. When you've got the real gloves on and it's on the night, then that's what counts. And some fighters can raise to the occasion to the level of the opponent, and some can't. Some get beat, some don't.
Some get beat, some don't. I know you've heard what Wilder's been saying, but you know I'll run through one or two.
I haven't actually.
Okay, well, basically what Wilder says is that if the real Deontay Wilder shows up, not the one that was throwing wild punches and making it easy for you on that night, you can't win. That's basically it. There's no great science to what he's saying he's going to do.
Yeah, that's it then. I'm then, aren't I, really? Because last time he only had 12 weeks and 5 days, he said, to train for the fight, which is obviously not enough, is it? 12 weeks and 5 days is only a short training camp, isn't it, Steve? So, yeah, he's had a long one this time, so I'm definitely in trouble this time.
Can he be better? Can he be better? Can he be better? Can he be smarter?
I'm not sure. We'll see on the night. Is it really important if he's better or worse? He's still dangerous for all the time he's in there. And, yeah, I've never seen anything different from him in his whole career. The only thing I've seen of late is, in his last fight, he took his time more and he was happy to lose every round until he got the knockout, which suggests to me he's not interested in building points up. He's looking for that one punch in 36 minutes. And to do that against a fighter like me is absolute disaster.
Especially as the last time he got lucky for his 2 seconds in round 9 and his 2 seconds in round 12.
Yeah, so all I have to be is a little bit sharper than I was before.
And will you be?
Well, I will be because
your body's different.
My body's different and I've had more time to prepare. Don't forget, I had a shocking performance over Sefer, a sparring contest over Pianetta, and then jumped in with supposedly the biggest, baddest heavyweight out there after only them 2 pathetic performances. So how good could I have been, really? And I still basically kicked his ass. So yeah, hopefully. I think it's an easy fight anyway. Last fight was a really easy fight. I've said it many, many times. I think the Deontay Wilder fight was up there with some of my easiest 12-round fights.
Apart from the
knockdowns, obviously. I've had a lot tougher fights than that. It wasn't tough. It wasn't grueling. There wasn't no second guessing myself. There was no mental stuff in there. It was just like straightforward me boxing and him trying to hit me. That was it.
Well, when you've had harder fights in the past, it's because you've cut corners or you've gone into the ring in not great shape. Is that a fair comment?
Or been in there with people I shouldn't have been in there at the wrong time.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
It seems like you've been around forever.
I have.
You have.
This is my 12th year as a pro.
Are you starting to look, I don't want to start talking about the end, are you starting to look maybe just a bit into the future?
No, I'm only concentrating on this fight. It's no secret, I've made it very, very clear I've got 3 fights left on my contract. And that's me then, a Wilder, and whoever else after that.
And a post-Wilder Tyson Fury this year, how's the rest of the year line up? Well, shouldn't he be asking you
after Saturday night when I beat him?
Yep.
Well, I'm sure there'll be another rematch, a trilogy, and that'll probably be back here in the summertime sometime because they're waiting for the stadium to be finished, and that gets finished in July.
Then you go into
maybe August or September, and then I'll have a farewell fight in 2021. Done.
In Britain?
Probably not, considering I don't even hold the boxing border control license anymore.
Is that because it's just lapsed? I mean, you just haven't applied for it?
No, I've got an American license now.
Okay.
Yeah. I hold a Nevada State Athletic Commission license. I've surrendered my boxing border control license.
But would you like to finish your career boxing in Britain on a British license?
No, I'd like to go out with a bang here in Las Vegas. To end your career, end the last 5 fights of your career on the entertainment capital of the world, ain't too shabby, I tell you that.
Making that new stadium your home.
Yep.
The new outdoor stadium your home. You and the Raiders.
And the Knights now.
And the Knights, yeah. The Raiders, the Knights and the Fury. That's a film. That's a proper film. That could go to Raiders, the Knights and the Fury 7, couldn't it? It could quite easily.
Yeah.
Before I finish, I just want to ask you, it's been a decent camp you've had here, decently long camp. You know, you've got a few changes in the camp, and going into the fight, are you feeling any different? does the Tyson Fury now, 100 hours away from the first bell feel different than any of the other Tyson Furies going in this close to a fight? In your heart of hearts, do you feel slightly different?
Not really, no. I feel the same old G. Always have been. Cool, calm, collected and relaxed. I don't let all this stuff faze me, the cameras, the lights and the action. I think if I was going to choke, I'd have done it in Germany on my first big stage. So, or I'd have done it in LA after all the time out, but it doesn't really bother me too much, the old fight game. It's only a boxing match, isn't it, at the end of the day? And, Wilder is not a scary person to me. Wilder's another bum with a pair of boxing gloves on. Really, that's it. I've beat plenty of men like Deontay Wilder in my career and in my life. And if he wanted to afterwards, to take him outside and give him a good hiding too, for as long as he wants. So to me, it's just a fight. I've been brought up fighting. I've had that many things thrown at me, and punches and bricks and whatever else over the years. It's really just, it's not a frightening experience at all. To be here in Las Vegas and the world's watching, it's just a very exciting and honourable thing to do. Like, this has been my third fight back to back here in Vegas, boxing on the biggest stage in the world. Not many fighters can ever say that they can do that.
It's your stage.
And to come over here and make America your boxing home, well, only a few men have ever done that from our country.
And leave with a last fight in the stadium with no regrets. Walk away, close that door, that's it. No regrets.
One fight at a time first.
Of course, but I've got to ask that question, one fight at a time. But
so yeah, hopefully I get 3 fights in this year, and that'll be me done. Cushy, let's go.
Your turn, Mush.
And then if not this year, then 2 this year, 1 next year, finished. See you later. Goodbye forever.
Tyson, thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Take it easy.
Man.